Okay, for number 2 now on the review, we are again solving for x and for y. In this particular problem, again, it is a special right triangle. It's a 30, 60, 90. So I could utilize my 30, 60, 90 rules. Since this is the hypotenuse, the side opposite the 30 is half of that. So we could say x is 5. And then we know the side opposite the 60 is radical 3 times that. So y would be 5 radical 3. Now, if we're going to use the trigonometry in this particular problem, let's go with relation to the 30. This would be the adjacent, the hypotenuse, and the opposite. So if I'm going to start by finding x, opposite and hypotenuse, that would be the sine of 30 is equal to x over 10. So again, if I go to my calculator, I'm going to do the sine of 30, and I'm going to multiply then that by 10, and that gets me x to be equal to 5. Now, if I'm going to solve for y is the adjacent and the hypotenuse, so that tells me I'm going to use the cosine of 30 is equal to y over 10. So again, in my calculator, I'm going to do the cosine of 30, and I'm going to multiply that by 10, and that gives me 8.66. So y would be 8.7 if I'm putting that in decimal form. So again, whether or not you're leaving it in radical form using your special right triangle rules, or you're putting it in decimal form, either way works.